This week on Radio 5 Live, Steve Coogan very accurately summed up what a lot of people feel about Keir Starmer. Now, this opinion isn't confined to what our right-wing controlled press and media usually like to refer to in scary quotes as the hard left. It's an opinion that's becoming increasingly prominent in the soft left and even among those who would usually call themselves centrists. But let's have a little listen to what Steve said on Radio 5 Live this week.
Talking of democracy, will you feature prominently in next year's elections? Would you campaign on behalf of a party?
I've got a big problem with Keir Starmer. I think the best thing I can do is keep my mouth shut.
Right.
I think in the morning he licks his finger, sticks it up in the air, sees which way the wind is blowing, and that's an attitude.
So are you politically homeless? Does that make you?
Yeah, I am a bit. Yeah. I mean, I remember when Gary Lineker did that tweet about refugees
and 1930s Germany. Yeah.
Yeah, and everyone jumped on him, and Keir Starmer wheeled out Emily Thornberry to quietly admonish Gary for his unwise choice of words. And then Keir Starmer, of course, hiding in the background, waiting to see where the wind blows. And the next day, a tsunami of public support for Gary's sentiments emerged. And guess what? Keir Starmer was right behind Gary. What a surprise.
Does that sadden you?
Yeah, it does. Yeah, I think that, it's kind of, I see it's becoming like American politics. You can have a choice between a right-wing government that reinforces the establishment and protects vested interests, or you can have a government that does that, but slightly less, and with a slightly different emphasis. You see, I think Keir Starmer's a very good political operator. I'll give him that. But it's at the expense of grown-up conversation. He's so risk-averse that he will say or do whatever reinforces his chance of being elected. You might go, well, that's really good, that's really politically adept. But he stops real conversation.
And of course, he's spot on. As this article in Labour Briefing points out, it seems, according to a leak to The Guardian, that the Labour Party has outsourced its policy agenda to a private advertising and media agency, Republic, polling a series of focus groups. This should come as no surprise, as it's become increasingly clear that Sir Keir Starmer and his leadership team have few or no policies, having quickly dumped the 10 pledges on which he was elected. The media agency's answer to this is for Labour to rebrand to win back the red wall seats, carefully renamed foundation seats. Red suggests socialism, after all. Now we must put the Union Jack to the fore, wave the flag and emphasise belonging to the nation, and we must dress smart. These are policies that Clive Lewis MP has correctly labelled as nationalist fatherlandism. It's the sort of laughable suggestions you would expect from an advertising agency, but it seems to be taken seriously by the Labour Party leadership. Labour Party conference and policy forums are all sidelined. Yes, we know that Labour are 20 points ahead in the polls, but we also know that people are just so sick and tired of the Tories, they're now willing to vote for whoever has the best chance of getting them out. And in our first past the post system, that can only be the official opposition. Don't despair. Starmer might win on a "we are not the Tories" ticket, but a year into his premiership, people will see the reality of the pig in the poke that they have elected. A Prime Minister who believes in nothing, a Prime Minister doing nothing to change the lives of those who voted Labour, hoping for real policies that will deliver real change, a Prime Minister whose government is virtually indistinguishable from the lot they've just replaced. As discontent with the new Labour government grows, that is when space for the left will open up, and we must be ready to seize that opportunity. In the meantime, while we wait, please like and subscribe to this video and this channel.